Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Dominga Chaton. If you are new, my name is Dominga. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how I got to apply for American Airlines. I have been going and trying to enlist in the Air Force for like almost 5 years now, and it's just a lot of paperwork and craziness, and I have a whole playlist on it. You can go watch that to catch up. But basically, actually a subscriber on here, we got to talk and on my social media, so on Snapchat, and she was basically telling me how she is a flight attendant and she actually wanted to go to the Air Force. And so she had talked to me a little bit about that, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. But I had actually been thinking about doing flight attending like a couple years back, but I was like, no, let's just wait on the Air Force and see where that takes me and stuff like that. But because it's just been so long since I've been waiting, she was like, okay, well, how about you just apply and then just see what happens. So I was like, okay. So I went on, because apparently American Airlines is hiring or was hiring a lot. So she was like, okay, now's the time you need to apply, so go get your resume and everything like that. I didn't even have my resume on me because I haven't even redone my resume for like 4 years or something. I worked at my college, I worked at my parents' business, and then I'm just doing like childcare and stuff like that. So that's what I've been doing. So I was like, I don't really need to do my resume because I haven't been doing like, I haven't been applying for anything. So I redid my resume, and I think it looks pretty good. I sent it to her, she like, it looks great. She did a little like tweak here and there, and then I sent it off to American Airlines. So that's what I did. I sent it off to American Airlines, and yeah, so now I'm just waiting. Once I sent it off, I kind of got like a chill because I wanted to do it, but it's also scary because what if they like call me and then I have to do like an interview? I'm not scared of the interview. I'm scared of if I get it, because then I'm like, do I really want it, or is it just another? Basically, why I wanted to do flight attending was to travel, which is same like for the Air Force, is to travel and stuff like that. But it's if you guys ever watch like flight attendant vlogs and stuff like that, you'll know that it's like really time consuming, it's really tiring, and I feel like because of fitness, like I've lost like 50 pounds, I feel like I'm not gonna have the time to eat right and work out like I do here at my house, because I'm gonna be always on the move, and it's gonna be like eat whatever you want, eat like whatever's available type of thing. So I'm not gonna have time to like really worry about my health and stuff like that. So that's one of the worries that I have. And so I am hesitant to apply, but I did it, and I'm kind of thinking like, if they call me and then I get through it and then I go to training, like that's crazy. So how the process is supposed to go, apparently, like for me, I'll probably make another video of how it goes later, but like so far in my head, the process is you turn in the application, and then they sent me a survey, and it was like, okay, fill out the survey. But it was one of those surveys where it's like, what's the best choice? If a client does this, what is the best response? So like if the client jumps out of their seat, like what are you gonna do, A, B, or C? And then I guess they just want to know like what you would do in that situation, so like scenario questions. So I did that. That was like right after I applied. So I sent in my resume, applied, and then they sent me that to fill out, and they're like, okay, we'll be in touch, something like that. They kept sending me emails and stuff like that. So if my resume and my survey get approved, I guess, then I go to the next step, which I believe is a interview, but like a phone or Skype interview, something like that, video call interview. And then if you get through that, then you go to an in-person interview, I believe. You actually like go to them in person, wherever they are, wherever the base is. For them, and then if you get through the in-person interview, then I believe you go do training, and this training is in Dallas, Texas. I'm in California, so I would have to fly over there, and the training is not paid for American Airlines. I know some do, but American Airlines is not a paid one, and it's 7 weeks unpaid training. So I don't know about that. But after that, then I believe you just go to wherever they need you. So kind of like the Air Force. The Air Force is like 8.5 weeks. This is 7 weeks of training. And then after the Air Force, you go, or after basic training in Air Force, you go to wherever they need you. And then for wherever you are and then wherever they need you in the flight attending base, they're gonna send you to that base. So it's kind of funny that it's kind of just like the Air Force in that way, and you don't really get a say in where you're stationed for the flight attending. I don't believe so, unless I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not sure. So if that goes through, then I'll let you guys know. I'll probably let you know through my social media first, which is my Instagram or Snapchat, and then we'll see where that takes me. If you don't know, I'm a filmmaker and photographer also, so I also have like a photography Instagram. I feel like if I do go through with the flight attending, then it is gonna give me an option to travel a lot, because American Airlines is like around the world, they go everywhere, so it'll give me an opportunity to like do my film and photography like everywhere. However, I know that if I am a flight attendant, I'm gonna be like on the plane and maybe have like a couple hour layover and then be back on the plane. So I know that that's a little crazy. I'm not sure exactly how that works right now. I'm not sure, so I'll let you know if it happens. My friend who actually told me about this opening, she said she might be making a YouTube channel about moving from flight attending to Air Force and that transition. So I gave her like literally a whole list of questions that I had for flight attending, and she can even make that into a video if she wants. I'll let you guys know what hers is when she decides to make that, because it would be very interesting, because I don't know about this lifestyle of flight attending, so that would be really cool to see. I was actually thinking about doing, if the flight attending didn't work, then teaching English in a foreign language. So you get a certificate to teach English, and then you go to a different country and then you teach that too, which is like I believe you can get the TEFL certificate, teaching English in a foreign language. You can get that certificate and basically teach wherever they need you, in like Korea and different places like that. So that was my other option. So I had like 3 options in my head, but my main thing is to travel right now, because I'm still young. I'm 23 right now. I just turned 23, and I'm like, I need to travel more. Only places that I've been outside of the US is Dominican Republic, which was amazing. But it was more of like a leisure. I went for a wedding. I went for a family wedding, so it was more for leisure instead of like cultural. And so when I travel, I really want to do, like when I start to travel outside the country, I want to do more cultural tours and stuff like that. So I feel like any 3 of these avenues is gonna get me there, you know, to actually go ahead and travel and do all that stuff. So if you've done any of these 3 things, Air Force, teaching English abroad, or flight attending, and you've gotten to travel, let me know. You can either follow me on any of my social medias, or just let me know in the comments below like what you did, how you did it, if you liked it, basically your story. Let me know, because there are different ways. I know there are different ways to travel, but I kind of want to like work and travel and kind of do that. So if that's something that you have done or know anybody that does that, let me know, because I'm asking a whole bunch of questions. So I wanted to come on here and tell you guys about that, and how and why I decided to do flight attending, or at least apply for it. If that works out, then I'm definitely going to be doing more videos on that as well, with the Air Force and everything else going on in my life. And I think that's it. That's all I have to say. Okay.